Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Egan, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing series base up to for the one. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. I'm not going to lie. It's Small Business Saturday at the time I'm doing this. So out supporting some local businesses. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I am inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it's somewhat obscured, but it's boom! It's my Seven Dust shirt. Well, with the lead singer and such. If you're unfamiliar with the band Seven Dust, they're a band who've been doing it for quite a while. I think since like the early '90s. They're probably most associated as being kind of part of the nu metal scene, although they've branched out, done some other stuff. I honestly didn't get too into them up until I think I was like maybe in my like mid 20s. They went on tour with Coal Chamber during the reunion show, and that was honestly the first time I really had like personal experience with them. And I was so fucking into their set. It was really cool. And then I was really fortunate. Was it earlier this year or last year? At this point, my brain's just, because we're at the end of 2024. I think it was earlier this year. They were on tour with Static X for the Machine Killer tour. And I was like, yeah! So I got to see that. It was awesome. I love their set so much. I actually, not only did I buy some merch, I actually got some videos of their performance. Those videos are on the channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'll be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction, because I think they're a super badass band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Small Business Saturday, eh? Yes, indeed, folks. So, for those of you who might not know, here in America, after Thanksgiving, we have what is known as Black Friday, which is basically a day when a whole bunch of businesses say that they're putting stuff on sale, even though at this point, realistically, it's been on sale for probably 2 weeks. It's a thing. It's, kind of a big deal here, and, it's fine. I don't usually engage with it very much, with the exception of, like, again, maybe, like, some small businesses and stuff. I don't really need, I got a TV and stuff like that. I'm good. But the day after that following Saturday, that's Small Business Saturday. And that's when you're supposed to go out, support those small businesses and all that good stuff. And with that being said, some small businesses were having some deals and stuff like that and some specials. And one of them happened to be, boom, Aunt Tina's Kitchen. Southern comfort food. I have reviewed some stuff from Aunt Tina's Kitchen before. I think I got about 3 reviews from them. But I saw that they were doing a Small Business Saturday thing. They had a couple of special items, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get in. I want to review those." What with this being a local establishment, by the way, it's going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just Illinois local spots and stuff like that. So, I always like heading out to Aunt Tina's. The owners, Abby and Tony, are extremely good people and very nice, and we chat a little bit, and it's nice. So, what's the first thing that I got from them, folks? Well, I knew I had to get this one because it's boom! But what is that? This is their fried catfish sandwich, which consists of their top-selling fried catfish served on Texas toast with lettuce, tomato, onions, and pickles. I didn't get onions because I just didn't onions. And then it comes with your choice of tartar, mayo, or spicy mayo. I got it with tartar sauce. I actually wish I'd talked with Tony a little bit earlier. He seemed to imply the spicy mayo would be the best option. But I'm sure the tartar sauce is still going to be good. And I've actually never had their catfish before, so I love catfish, man. All right, let's, so much. It's so much. Okay. Fries, don't fall on me, please. It's ridiculous. It looks like this. We'll kind of, Let's have some fried catfish, man. Catfish. Great crunch on the catfish. Great crunch on the catfish. Very fragrant. Very nicely seasoned. Here's the thing with catfish. The last time I reviewed something with Catfish, I believe it was when I was out at Captain B's. And if you want, you can go watch those reviews, but boy, oh boy, was that a whole ordeal. Thing with Catfish, you got to get it fresh, you got to get good catfish, you got to cook it the right way. Otherwise, it just tastes absolutely terrible. My dad was a big fan of cooking catfish, and he was excellent at it. But this is some nice catfish, man. Oh. Love the addition of the Texas toast, nice and buttery. That's fantastic. I love the tartar sauce, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big fan of tartar sauce. And the thing is, you can kind of only use it, well, I mean, you can use it on other things if you want to, but typically you use it on fish, and I don't eat as much fish as I would like, so usually I like to get in on it. But I will say, I could see how spicy mayo would be perfect for this, especially, you think spicier sauces and catfish and stuff tend to go together well. That is cooked to perfection. Outside is properly crispy, very well seasoned. Inside nice and flaky. It has that nice catfish flavor, but it's not carrying any of that sort of muddy flavor that catfish can have if you don't do it properly, if you're using poor catfish. This is very good. And again, I love fish. Growing up, my dad, that was one of his favorite things to make. Not even just catfish, but fish in general. As I've gotten older, it's not as available, unless I personally want to make it. I don't know that I trust myself. But, no, that's really good. Even the pickles, I'm not usually a big pickle guy, but the tartar sauce with the pickles just kind of gives a little extra tanginess. That is really good. That's so tasty. And that Texas toast, that's a little bit of a game changer right there. Because you could just put it on a nice roll and it would have been perfectly fine, but the addition of the Texas toast, it's fantastic. And here's the thing. I love this, and I think the reason why I love it so much, well, okay, two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. Because here's the thing, and this is going back to what I was talking about before. I love this, and I think a big part of the reason why I love it is that it feels like an elevated version of a really nice homemade fish sandwich. Because again, how often do you just make a fish sandwich? Depending on who you are and where you are and what have you, but usually if I get a fish sandwich, it's, I go out to, maybe McDonald's or some fast food place or whatever, and it's fine. It gets me through, it's fine. This tastes homemade. This tastes like it was made with love and care, but then it's also elevated. It's clearly been prepared and done by people who not only made it well, but then also, hey, let's go over there, let's make sure that it's, got this really nice seasoning on it, which, the aromatic aspect of that just totally elevated the whole thing. And then again, just the Texas toast. I've definitely never had a fish sandwich on Texas toast, and now I'm wondering why, because that is just fucking fantastic. Everything about it was super tasty. None of the fish flavor was lost. It was just really good. I can see why this is, an item that they really hang their hat on, something that they consider to be one of their best-selling items. I like it so much, folks. If you watch my channel, you probably know. I have to call that the business, folks. And the thing is, when it's smaller locations and stuff like that, obviously I try to put a little bit more emphasis on their stuff, just because I believe in them a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to call something the business unless I believe it's the business. And the fact of the matter is that's the business. That's pretty much, I can definitively say that's the best fish sandwich I've probably had since my dad passed away. And so having that and just enjoying that whole experience, That was wonderful. It kind of it hit me a little bit in the right here. So, and if I'm recommending it, I'm absolutely recommending it. Like I said, this is kind of a special thing, so like I don't know, maybe you can ask for it. I don't know if it'll be available past, this particular Saturday. But if nothing else, they do have their catfish always available and stuff, So like, at the very least, it's there, and it's really good. So Antina's always does a great job. I've got nothing but praise for him. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there yourselves a truly fish sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Not everybody's into it, and that's fine, but fish sandwich. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. And folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole, trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you have any nostalgic food items, think that harken back to fond memories and stuff like that? Like I said, for me personally, I grew up mostly with my dad. My mom was, around and stuff like that, but mostly with my dad. And, my dad didn't cook a lot of stuff, but the things that he cooked, he got down packed. And when he left, there were so many things that, I missed. Well, when he passed away, there were so many things that, I missed immediately, of course. And one of the things that I found, took a little time to sort of realize was just that home cooking, that I'd always been so fond of and always been so fortunate to have. And that's why it is so great that you have places like Antina's and other local spots and stuff that, again, they're putting in the energy and the effort and the love into it. So I appreciate that. But what about you? Please feel free to hit me in the comments. Bye!